Nice working with you, Mario.
The industry collapsing, your soul is collateral. I'm chilling in the cut now, I'm on my sabbatical. Resting in the Lord, there's no place I'd rather go. Caught up in the sickness, then come and get this antidote. I can never see the world through a narrow scope. John 4:24. Spirit with the truth, when pride comes to the light, ignorance ensues. They belligerent for views, but I'm really not amused. They been sold out. We apply the pressure on these fools. I'm a constant reminder that they've been blinded. Fortified with the whole spirit of Elijah. I see them throwing stones, trying to reap what they ain't sown. Focus on your own, get your head out the commode. You can never play your role. You was born to be a troll. Now set your own goals. I don't see no competition. All I see is God's children in need of enlightenment. But niggas be demons. Gotta watch who you cipher with. Semicolon hyphen, it is lightning when he hit the switch. Every block, every street, every cut in the corners. Give us light, let us shine while your grace is upon us. All praises. From the womb to the dirt, it's a vision that we search. I've been driven with this work of the killing of a verse, like yellow tape around a hearse. Yes, this walk is so diverse, an introverted extrovert. It's a war on the horizon, bullets sing like jail alert. The pursuit of happiness to turn ignorance to bliss. The souls are steady drifting, now shine upon the gifted. The paradigm is shifting in the midst of these afflictions. Every block, every street, every cut, and the corners give us light. Let us shine when your grace is upon us. Let your light beam down on the lost tribes, cause it's blood touching blood, these are hard times. Gotta keep something close by the waistline. Gotta keep something close by the waistline. Let your light beam down on the lost tribes, cause it's blood touching blood, these are hard times. Gotta keep something close by the waistline. Gotta keep something close by the waistline. Yeah. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure you mash that thumbs up button. For everybody who enjoyed that track right there, that song is from myself. Artist name I Am New Breed, and you can find that particular track on New Breed Music and Motivation. All right. If you're not subscribed on YouTube to Music and Motivation, New Breed Music and Motivation, go subscribe. Go subscribe. I see y'all rolling in the chat pretty quick. I see Boss Man Trail in here. What's good? Yeah. I see Gayla in here. I see Steve in the house. Kiyai Israel in the house. Humble Royal. What's good? TM. Cali. Chosen FIFO. What's good, family? What's good? Man, Jack Frost up in this joint. That's cold. That's cold. Night 144. Okay. Yeah. Comedy with Chrissy. Young Kid 22. What's good, man? What's good? I'm glad y'all catching another live stream. We got another men's motivational talk this afternoon, and it's a very pertinent talk. This discussion is well needed. Well needed. Now, I want you to notice by the title of this video, the title is that every man can be a leader. I'm not saying every man is a leader. I'm not saying every man will be a leader. But I'm saying every man has the proclivity to lead. The moment where the doctor slapped you on your behind when you was born and you was a boy, you was born a male child. The moment where you were born as a male, when they threw that blue on you, not the pink, but they threw the blue on you, right? The moment where they put the little blue onesie on you, you had the proclivity to become a leader. The minute where the Most High decided in the heavenly realm that you would be a man, you had it in you to be a leader. Now, when I say a leader, I mean a leader in your own right. A leader in your own right, meaning a leader over a family, leader over a community, leader at your job, leader over your own vessel, your own mind, your own thoughts, a leader over your own spirit, a leader in your own right. And it seems that over the years, man, with all this socialism, feminism, and every other agenda that comes against masculinity, it seems that we have lost our confidence as men. We've lost our confidence. We've lost our innate spiritual nature to lead. A lot of us have grown worrisome to even try to lead. A lot of us are afraid to lead. Let's just put it out there, clear as day, because we've watched leadership get attacked. And a lot of brothers have decided that they don't want to be on the forefront. They don't want to speak out against certain things, which is fine, because leadership is not always the talking head. Leadership is not always the mouthpiece. Sometimes leadership operates behind the scenes. Everybody has leaders around them. Everybody has people that you can learn from surrounded around you. And in this particular topic, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to throw it out there. This topic is going to ruffle a lot of feathers. This topic is going to ruffle a whole lot of feathers. Let me get the lighting right in here. And it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers for numerous reasons. I'm telling you right now, all these churches, prepare to hear some sound doctrine about our men. Prepare to hear some sound doctrine. Prepare to understand what it is we're supposed to be doing as men. Because it's been going on too long that we've been emasculated, not only by women, not only by feminism, not only by this society, but we are even being emasculated by churches, institutions, whether it be education or a church. We've been emasculated through them as well. I'm going to show you what the Bible tells you about being a man and about being a leader, because there's not enough leaders in our community. And I think that some of these churches have lost sight of the facts. And we're going to go into the scriptures to show what our duty and our due diligence is as leaders in the truth, as brothers and sisters who know the Bible, brothers and sisters who can see what's going on in the world. I'm going to show you what our duty is as men and what leadership really is. All right. So this particular topic is going to be multi-layered and multifaceted. I'm going to be going into the scriptures today, and we're going to get a clean cut lesson today. All right. As you come into the live chat, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Let's get this video spread. I want all my brothers to be able to see this particular video. It's going to be going into a lot of grave details about leadership, but we're going to go right on in. We're going to go right on in. We're going to Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 20. And it reads, "Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye that hunt the souls to make them fly. I will tear them from your arms and will let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt to make them fly." See, as a spiritual leader, as a church leader, congregation leader, camp leader, your job is not to hoard souls. That is not your job description, to hoard the souls of men. The Most High God says it clear as day that your purpose is to allow those souls to fly. No matter how much these churches have emasculated men, and I'm talking about camps, congregations, and mainstream Christendom. No matter how much they have emasculated men to make men believe that they have to follow the leadership of another man, that man, these men that you're teaching are supposed to fly and become leaders. People are more concerned about how many more leaders have you created? How many leaders have you created is what it's about. It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye that hunt the souls to make them fly." To make them what? To make them fly. and I will tear them from your arms, and I will let their souls go, even the souls that ye hunt, to make them fly. Every man can be a leader. Every man has it in him. So when I'm teaching these Bible lessons and this word here, it's not to become somebody's leader that they follow for their whole life. You are supposed to take what you get from this and apply it to your life. And the soul's supposed to fly. And that's why I respect brothers like Pastor Dow. And I'm gonna point this brother out, and I'm gonna shout this brother out, because you know what? Pastor Dow has helped people get their credit straight. He's helped people get out of debt. He's helped people get their own property. He is a man in his own right that has helped people get to certain positions on their own. He helped them get there on their own. Not trying to collect souls, but to help men actually build their own thing. And that's commendable. That's commendable. But when you look at what's going on in some of these churches, there's no reason why there should be churches full of single women. I'm talking about literally. The whole church is full of single women. Why is that? Because something is not right in that picture. A church shouldn't have nothing but single women, and it should be families. It should be people building their own. If those women remain in that church single for a number of years, there's something wrong with the leadership. And some of these women, they believe that the pastor is their husband. That's the problem. They believe that the pastor is their husband. And they can't get a man because of this. And all of theology and the ideas that these men have, you begin to internalize that as a sister. You begin to internalize that, looking at that preacher or that pastor as your man. And he can tell you whether or not a man is for you or not. When that's a decision you should be making with the Most High. With the Most High bring together, let no man separate. Let no man separate. Now we go into James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Let me read that again. If you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. That part. We're supposed to be guiding brothers and sisters to the Most High. Because if you lack wisdom, the Bible clearly tells you to go to the Most High, because he gives knowledge liberally. We forget about the power of prayer. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So when you go to the Most High to gain wisdom, you got to be pure at heart. You got to be going to him with a fervent heart, ready to receive the truth, whether or not the truth is good, bad, or ugly. You can't waver. You can't waver. Some of these churches out here, they're afraid to tell the whole truth, because it'll be an insurrection in their church if they told the complete whole truth. If they told what was going on for real, biblically, the full truth, they already know that people will be running out of these churches. Although the truth is what's needed. The truth is what's needed. No matter how good, bad, or ugly it may be, it's needed. We got to stop being hoarders of souls. Look, the people don't belong to us. And I'm speaking to anybody who got a following. Anybody who got a following, anybody who got a number of people that's watching you, you're nothing. You're dirt underneath, you're dirt on the ground. You're nothing. Those souls don't belong to you. You're only a servant. And your purpose is to bring people to the Most High. Point blank, period. That's your purpose. When we begin to think that we are greater than that, we begin to drift. We're going off at that point. We're going off. We're supposed to be helping build people up. Titus chapter 1 verse 9. Holding fast the faithful words as he had been taught, that he may be able to sound doctrine, both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. So if you're a person who is a quote unquote gainsayer, you saying things to gain people, you're trying to drum people in. You're afraid of losing people. You're afraid of people walking out in droves. You're afraid of people leaving your organization. You're afraid of losing subscribers. You're afraid of losing people. You're a gainsayer. This sound doctrine should even convince the gainsayer, because it's flat out, it's right there in the word for you. This sound doctrine should exhort even the gainsayer, because listen, these people don't belong to you. They don't belong to you. All men, you have the innate spiritual nature to guide and lead. You were born that way. It's interesting how some people try to cut the line off between the natural order. They try to make it look like you have to go to them before you can go to the Most High. Before you can go to the Most High and take action in your life, people try to make it seem like you got to go through them first. No. As a man, you can make your own decisions and you can live or die for your own decisions. But as a man, you make your decisions. You make those decisions. We got too many men who are followers. And the weakness in the black community is that black men always feel like they got to be a part of something. That's a weakness. That's how people end up being manipulated. That's how people never reach their full potential. That's exactly how people never reach their full potential. Because people are hoarders of souls, hoarders of men. The Most High God can speak to every last one of us, brothers. All you brothers can be leaders in your own right. And that's not necessarily online. That's not necessarily you having a large following online. Leadership is done in so many ways. That's why when we open up the lines today, we're going to be talking about ideas as men, sharing ideas of what we can do to better ourselves as men and come together, have some type of unity as men. When we're building with each other as men, iron sharpen iron. It ain't no, oh, I'm gonna lead over you. I'm gonna be I'm the king or ruler over you, and I'm gonna tell you what's what. No, don't work like that. As men, I hear what you're saying, you hear what I'm saying. Let's come up with ways where we can come together as people. Because it's a lot of work going on in our community right now that's not talked about. There's brothers making websites, HebrewHaven.com. There's brothers who's making earpods, making watches. There's brothers who's making clothes, RemaWord.com. There's brothers that's doing work, but they behind the scenes. There's a lot of brothers working meticulously to better their nation. Watch this. Matthew chapter 4, verse 19. As he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. So even when Christ went to his disciples, he was making these brothers fishers of men, bringing men into the truth, letting brothers know what it is. That look, we the people of that book. Forget all that conscious community nonsense. We the people of that book. Now we got to keep law, statutes, and commandments to reach our full potential once again. We got to become the kings and queens that we once were by following the rule book, following the laws.
But Christ said, I will make you fishers of men. Meaning, look, I'm going to make you throw the bait out there. You're going to put the truth out there. And that's going to reel men into this truth. Now, a lot of times when you're fishing, right? Sometimes you're doing it for sport. And this is just an analogy. Some people fish for sport. Catch the fish, and you don't eat fish necessarily. In a lot of places, it's illegal to fish and actually eat it if you have certain parts. Sometimes you catch the fish, and you got to throw that fish back in, right? So that analogy has layers to it because sometimes you can't hoard the fish, so to speak. You catch the fish, you give them some truth, your words come across, whatever. And that's the good part about the internet. The good part about the internet is that although it's a double-edged sword, you can bring out a lot of truth to a vast amount of people. And whoever gravitate towards it will gravitate towards it. That's the beauty of the internet. That's the beauty of it all. And whoever don't. People can take what they want out of it and go back into the world, whatever, long as you do your part. And I think that a lot of these churches, they had to go through seminary college for long years and study the book. Some of these camps and congregations, they started off on ground zero. They started off ground zero. I'm talking about they had to go in a blistering cold teaching the book. Blistering cold. Some of these people were in organizations where, lots of things happen within the camp. They had to go through certain things. It was hard for them. But this new age, this new way of how things are done, I think there's a lack of unity. There's a lack of compassion for brothers who didn't have to go through that. But see, here's the thing. Once an elder, a teacher teaches something and brothers actually apply it to their life and they're able to produce work because of it, we as people need to look at that and be like, you know what? That's a blessing right there. That's a blessing. When I came on YouTube, there was a lot of brothers talking on different topics, but there was practically nobody speaking on semen retention, the no-fap lifestyle change, which is zero masturbation, pornography, and gaining discipline over your vessel. It was very rare that anybody was talking about that. It was me and it was one other brother by the name of Classic Opus. We were the only two brothers speaking about semen retention. A lot of my videos that went viral over the years, that's what it was about. A lot of brothers learned from both of us. Now when you look on YouTube, thousands of brothers speaking on semen retention. Now, as a man, I'm not going to look at that and say, okay, well, I've been doing this. I own this truth. That's a blessing to see people take the truth, apply it, and use it. And it's almost like, listen, things were harder on us back then. Whatever type of, whatever you were doing to make things better for your people, trust and believe, your ancestors, they had it even harder than you. They had it even harder than you. Your ancestors were going through slavery. They were getting dogs sicked on them. They were having all type of things happen. But they made it easier for you. Just like brothers who was in camps, congregations, who had to go through discipline, self-defense classes. Some of them brothers had to travel near and far. They had to go through a lot. And I tip my hat off. I tip my hat off to every brother who was the originators of this truth, who paved the way to make it easier for brothers like myself and others to take the truth and be able to bring it to our people. But the elders of Different places. I'm talking about every church, every church. They got to understand that, listen, if it wasn't for the elders of these churches, camps, congregations paving the way, there's a lot of people that wouldn't be reached. So all respect and esteem go to those brothers and sisters, or brothers rather. But let's say for instance that there were certain brothers who joined these organizations. There's certain brothers who joined those organizations. Guess what? There's a certain demographic of people that wouldn't be reached. If certain brothers have joined these organizations, then guess what? There's people who have not been reached. Because everybody can do that. Everybody can be a leader. It's in all of us as men. We can't, as men, we got to stop shaming other men for not being leaders, and then we want them to follow us. I want to look up and see men when I'm gone, when they either remove me from this platform for speaking the truth, when they either remove me or my time is up. I want to look up and see other brothers bringing some truth. I want them to take what they learned from New Breed and apply it and speak it in their own language, do it their own way, and reach their people, because the truth must live on. The truth must live on. And yes, the truth will have a metamorphosis over time. It's going to be the same truth, but the way it's delivered is always going to have a change. That's the thing about the Holy Spirit. It's constantly flowing. It's constantly moving and constantly flowing. I'm telling y'all, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the man is Christ. And the head of Christ is God. Let me repeat that. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God. The head of the man is your spiritual teacher. Every man, right? It said Christ is the head of every man. The same way you see a revered teacher teaching and appearing before you as a leader, brothers, you have the same spiritual authority that you can tap into. That's just the facts. The same knowledge, edification, understanding, light that brothers have been sharing. You have the same capacity to reach the same potential in spirituality. But you got to go to Christ. Team with Game, thank you for the super chat, brother. You the truth. Y'all need to contribute and keep dues like this on this platform. $5. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your $5, family. Thank you. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for your support. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Woe to the pastors that destroy and scatter my sheep. So it's balance to it. It's balance to it. Anybody who is destroying and scattering and causing dysfunction, causing iniquity amongst brotherhood, causing people to separate and divide, anybody who's bringing, confusion, woe unto those pastors. And that's thus saith the Lord. Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and I have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord. So this goes into brothers who are causing division, causing chaos, making videos about other people. without merit or without warrant. See, one thing about it, the truth is going to cause some separation. It's going to cause problems. The truth always is going to cause some problems. But this scripture here is specifically talking about these brothers who got a title. What they do is they title videos with somebody else's church or somebody else's name and all of that kind of stuff. And what they do is they'll try to cause division and separation when the truth just slices. And a hurt dog is always going to holler. Remember that. A hurt dog is always going to holler. This truth comes out of our spirit, what's needed to be said. And we just obedient to the word. And I will gather, and watch this, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to the folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. It says, I will bring them. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of the countries whither I have driven them. I will gather them. Who is the I they're talking about? It's talking about Christ. So even if men are being utilized to operate among each other to gather the elect, it's still Christ in the midst of all of that. It's still the Messiah who's in the midst of the gathering. And I will gather the remnant of my flock of all countries, whether I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come with the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice on the earth, which is speaking of Christ. He came through the loins of David. So Christ is going to be the one who bring us together. He'll ordain teachers. He'll ordain people. Every man has it in them to be a leader. When you come into this truth, when you know what's going on in this word, you got it in you. It's in you. It's there. It's just something that you got to tap into. That's a fact. Now, we're going to Thessalonians. And we're in Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and do your own business, and to work with your own hands as we command you. You got to learn how to focus on your own work. Your own work. That's the problem with the conscious community. That's the problem with a lot of up-and-coming YouTubers. That's the problem with a lot of men in general right now. They're not focusing on what they're building with their own hands. You too worried about the next man. You got that crab in the bucket mentality. You so worried about what the next person doing, you can't even focus on building your own. Stop paying attention to that other person's works. That person is cleaving to the people that person's supposed to cleave to. Mind your own damn business. That's a problem in our community. We don't mind our business. I'm going to read that again. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands as we command you. To work with your own hands as we command you. Thank you for the super chat, Nick. I appreciate you. Proverbs 26 and 17. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belonging not to him, is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. See, one that gets into other people's business, dealing with strife, that ain't got a damn thing to do with you. You all paying attention to somebody else's drama. You got to talk about what's going on between these two people or those people, strife. Don't got a damn thing to do with you. It says, those who meddle in strife that don't belong to him, it's like taking a dog by the ears. You go grab a dog by the ears right now, what's going to happen, y'all? That dog going to sink his teeth in your neck. He going to go for the jugular. Dogs don't like when you grab them by the ears. If you playing games like that, that's how you get bit out here. When you meddling in other people's strife. The Bible is telling us how to become leaders. Because everything this is saying is going to set you up to be the leader that you're supposed to be. Thank you for the donation, family. Appreciate you. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 13. And with all they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers, also in busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. Too many men out here becoming busybodies. You're busybodies. You speaking on things that you ought not speak about. Even when you know something, you could be right. This is where discipline comes in. Even when you know something to be right, and you see something going on that may have some strife involved, even when you address that situation, you got to address it with wisdom. You got to know when you stepping in a situation with wisdom, how to deal with it without causing more strife. I'm going to read that again because this is what we need to hear as men right now. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This is the whole gangster culture right now. The whole so-called street nigga culture. The whole street nigga culture is a bunch of brothers who are in strife, meddling in a bunch of business that don't belong to them. A bunch of tattlers. Dealing with street politics. Always talking about what's going on with that person. Oh, the ops this. Hey, you heard what happened with that. That's the street culture. And we believe that that's masculinity. Let's go. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 13. And with all they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house. And not only idle, but tattlers. Also in busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. Speaking things which they ought not. Facts. Somebody said that's womanly. Facts. If you in this live stream gaining edification, mash that thumbs up. We having a Bible lesson today. And we're going to end up opening the lines for brothers to come together. And we're going to talk about how we can build this. How as men we can come together, have some unity, have some commerce. How can we promote each other? How can we help each other as a whole? How can we actually show some power as black men that, look, we willing to come together, we represent with each other. That's what type of topic we're going to have on the call in tonight. All right, let's go back to these scriptures. We go into John 21, verse 20 through 22. Then Peter, turning about, seeth the discipline from Christ. Oh, excuse me, that's the wrong scripture. Apologies. We go into 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that ye study, actually, we went there too. Sorry about that, y'all. Romans chapter 14, verse 4. Who art thou that judgest another man's servant to his own master? He standeth or falleth. Yea, he shall be holding up, for God is able to make him stand. So we're not supposed to be judging what another got going on. All right? The Most High is supposed to make that man stand. All right? That's very upfront. All right, let's go. Romans chapter 14, verse 12. So that every one of us shall give account of himself to God. Romans 14 and 12. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to the Most High. Listen, when you are facing judgment, when you are at that judgment seat, it ain't going to be a deacon. It ain't going to be a pastor. It ain't going to be an elder. It ain't going to be nobody who going to be able to vouch for you. When you standing before judgment seat, when you have to give an account for how you lived your life, it's only going to be you there. Just you. So you got to become a leader over yourself. Men, we got to be men. We got to be men. There's no way that we can sit here and shame men for not being leaders, not being who they're supposed to be. Well, we judging men on the works that they're doing. And then at the same time, we're telling grown men that you need to follow me. You need to follow what I got going on. That's why even if the Most High has it in me to create community living, where we can all live together, families can put their money together and live together. Even if that's presented to me as a man, it's going to be optional. I'll throw the information out there. Hey, I got a piece of land. Hey, whoever's serious minded, want to go in on it, want to live together somewhere in harmony, grow our own fruits, vegetables, so on and so forth. It'll be an option. An option. And it's not because, I'm trying to rule over you. No, we have the same, look, we're like-minded. We're like-minded. We got something better. Of course, it'll be order. It'll be order. There's got to be order and decency. And let me put this out here. I am no way, shape, or form against somebody learning from someone, following someone. Let's not get my message misunderstood. Because the greatest students make the greatest teachers. But it has to come a time when you allow the soul to fly. And some people, it's only so much they can give you. There's only so much knowledge you can get from somebody. You want them to be better than you. All you brothers out there who got sons, we got to stop living vicariously through our sons. All you women out here with daughters, you got to stop living vicariously through your daughters. They have their own gifts. They have their own thoughts. They have their own talents and skills. Your job as a parent is to nourish those gifts. I see that so much in our community. I see it so much where men want their sons to be them, essentially. You really want your son to be better than you. Women want their daughters to be them. In actuality, you want your daughter to be better than you. They're not going to be the same as you. This is how children grow up to absolutely resent and hate their parents. They grow up and hate the parents because it's like, you're not letting me become myself. I'm formulating my own thoughts and my own ideas, but instead of you nourishing those ideas, you're trying to hold me to your standards. That's where resentment comes in. It's the same thing as teachers and leaders. You got to pay attention to somebody that you're teaching a word to. You got to pay attention. At some point, you got to be like, you know what? This person right here, this is some Mr. Miyagi stuff. The student is out here outgrowing the teacher. And you got to be proud of that. I'm telling you, man, we got to make some changes in our mentalities. And also, before I go on the calls, there's another topic that I wanted to bring up briefly within this topic. There's a topic I wanted to speak about briefly in regards to polygyny. It's something I noticed. All you brothers out there who are defenders of the faith, all you brothers out there who know what it is biblically, it's something I wanted to talk about regarding this. So recently, I've been seeing a lot of videos go viral talking about polygyny. I know a lot of y'all have noticed that. If you go on World Star Hip Hop, Media Takeout, and various platforms, there's a lot of videos going viral in regards to polygyny. They're calling it poly. They're calling it poly. I want to put this out here right now because I'm a defender of the faith. Ladies and gentlemen, they are meticulously and strategically allowing certain videos to go viral about poly because they're trying to corrupt what polygyny actually is. They're trying to corrupt it. They're trying to make it something demonic and satanic and downright nasty. So I'm going to defend the faith. All right? Polygyny is not about a man having threesomes. Polygyny is not about a man having lesbians. It's not about a woman practicing polygamy. Let me give you the difference. Polygyny is when a man has more than one wife. All right? That's biblical. Polygamy is when it's pretty much an open relationship. It's a free-for-all, so to speak. And that's what the world is pushing. They're pushing this free-for-all. They're telling people, like, I seen one clip that went viral. It was a woman who clearly looked like she was, a lesbian. And she like, look, if we interested in poly. If you want him, remember, I'm your girlfriend and this your boyfriend. They over here looking for a damn sex slave. They're trying to push a different narrative. The reason why is because they know that the veil is being lifted and more brothers understand their culture. So what they're doing is they're putting people who are ratchet. They're putting people out there who ain't right in the head. They putting people out there with carnal lust and carnal desires. They putting them on the forefront because they know that brothers are waking up. So that way, when you speak of polygyny, you got that as the representation of what polygyny is. So I'm just putting it out there because that's something I noticed that's going on in the media. There's a lot of successful, fruitful polygynous unions. There's a lot of brothers that have created their own businesses. There's a lot of community that has been built. There's a lot of commerce that's been put in place with polygynous unions. So they're trying to corrupt it. They're trying to corrupt it. They don't want us to grow as a nation. They don't want us to build because they know what we did back in the day when we were tribal. They don't want to see that happen again. So automatically they're going to try to put out what the narrative is. Yes, damage control, Gloria. That's exactly what it is because there's too many men waking up to the fact that polygyny is something we used in our culture to become successful. But they want to corrupt it. So anytime y'all see videos, I'm warning all you brothers out there. Anytime you see anything talking about poly and they talking about orgies or they talking about lesbianism or they talking about anything outside of the biblical narrative, just know it ain't right. That's not where we stand with this. That's not what we teaching. So I just thought I'd put that out there. But the topic for everybody just joining the chat, the topic is that every man can be a leader. Every man has it in him. Noticing I'm not saying every man is a leader. I'm not saying every man will be a leader. But what I'm saying is every man has the proclivity, he has the force, he has the energy, he has the spirit and soul to be a leader. The moment where he was born a little boy and that blue onesie went on him, he had all it took to be a man. The moment the Most High gave you balls and he made you get testosterone in your body, he said, that's my little warrior right here. This is a soldier. This is a leader, a future general. The Most High looks at all of us like we could be generals of his army. We his people. We can all be leaders in our own right. Now, notice I say in our own right. In our own right. Not saying everybody will be the HNIC. Not saying every man will be on the forefront of social media. Not saying every man will be, leading something that's just huge. Not saying that. But every man has the right and the authority to be a leader. Listen, you making a family. You be a leader over your wife, over your family, over your children. That's a leader. You could be a boss at your job. That's a leader. You can have control over yourself and show others how to gain discipline and things of that nature. That's a leader. So what we're going to do in the call-ins this afternoon, is we're going to have brothers of truth call in and come up with ideas. Because here's the thing. This is a problem I'm seeing when leadership they get too in their head and believing that they everything. This is what happens. We, as mutual leaders, can't even come together and have discussions. Listen, every single race of people who rise to the top, I don't care where they spread out in the world, whatever demographic they reaching, whoever they dealing with, whatever region of the world they at, all those people from those respected areas come together, they sit at the round table, and they actually strategize. They're actually strategic with other leaders. We don't see that in our community. You ever wonder why in the black community you don't see leaders coming together with leaders and being bosses? Showing that this satanic system that we ain't backing down, that we all come together. We can throw all our differences to the side. When you attack one of us, you attack all of us. We could put our differences to the side and sit at the round table and actually build with each other. Not rule over the next man, but build with each other. We don't see that in our community. I don't care if it's the Italian mob. I don't care what kind of gangsters it is. I don't care who damn it, the government. The damn government. They sit there and they plot and strategize. Believe it or not, this whole right, left-wing paradigm, Democrats and Republicans, better believe, when the cameras are off, they're eating lunch together. They two sides battling against the middle. That's all it is. Two sides battling against you and me. When the cameras go off, they having lunch with each other's family. Straight like that. Why is it as brothers who are respected in the communities, leadership, why we can't come together? That's why when I open the lines up, all you men, I'm respecting you as a leader. If you're a man and you know you're an alpha male, you're a leader, that's who I want to call in tonight. Brothers who are leaders in their communities, brothers who are leaders at their job. You could be a leader in your family, and you're a great leader in your family because your family is successful. That's who I want to build with this afternoon, because we got to come together under one accord and talk about some ways that we can create some unity, that we can create a strong forefront for ourselves and really show some power. Because listen, people, I ain't gave up. A lot of people are in that spirit of, it is what it is. They gonna come against us. They outnumber us, and it is what it is. It's too late for our people. We're doomed. And all. Now, hell no. What kind of spirit is that? What kind of spirit is it when you ain't trying to plot on survival? When you gave up on unity? What kind of spirit is behind that? Whatever spirit it is, it ain't on me. I'm willing to build with anybody who's like-minded. And sometimes you can put your differences aside. You can put your differences aside sometimes. So, on tonight's call-in, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what we can do. I want tangible things that we can do as men to come together, especially if you're in truth. If you're in the truth, I want you to call in. If you have scriptures, be sure to share scriptures. If you are opposing anything that was taught in this Bible lesson today, if there's anything that was taught that you have a opposite of opinion, share it with you. Share it on this call in, and we can build. Yeah, somebody said, I respect your bravery because YouTube is not going to like the positivity that you're speaking. Thank you. Absolutely. That's why this video ain't spread like every other video. Usually we got 1,000 people in the chat, but today they ain't going to spread it because the message, any message empowering men right now is a problem. You live in a society that's about socialism and feminism. So anytime you empower brothers, that's what you get. Men are a threat. Real men are a threat. That's just what it boils down to. So the number is in the call-in. I mean, the number is in the description box if you would like to call in. And yeah. So the number is 470-363-1168. If you in here, make sure you mash the thumbs up so it can allow more people to get the call-in portion so they can call in if they would like. Somebody said, okay, we got a call. Hawaii, you are on the line.
Hey, how you doing, New Breed? Hey, my name's Matt, and I'm calling actually out of Texas to just have a Hawaii number.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
So, you know, you hit it right on the money. You said that, you know, kind of leading by example is one of the things that, you know, that we could do to better our community. And so I've been in the Army for about 3 years now, and I'm just starting to kind of learn, you know, more of that, of just leading by example. It's kind of hard to explain because from my background, leadership was always taught that you just had to, you know, assert yourself on people. And, you know, and what I'm kind of understanding as a more senior, seasoned person in the military, I'm kind of seeing that it's quite the opposite. It's more of just encouraging people by leading by example.
Absolutely.
And so that's been my perspective, at least, you know, at least for the past 6 months. I've seen it be more effective and just and draw more people to me in that leadership type of role.
Absolutely, you're 100% correct, and I actually experienced the same thing working in the firearms industry. You know, I would work on the assembly line, and basically we mass produced AR-15s. So what our job was to do is, it was kind of competitive as well because you had different you know, different shifts that would battle against each other. You know, who can build as many. And normally my shift was the lead, you know, like we would build the most every time. So, but what it was myself, when I learned that when they see me working hard, when they see me like building real fast and I'm getting it done, I'm out here, I'm test firing, I'm getting it done, people tend to, they speed up even when they don't even know it. They don't even notice. Right. They see the leadership. They see that you're leading by example. You're working hard. It rubs off on people. Now they're working hard. So I can definitely attest to that. And that's a great thing that we got to know. You don't always got to assert yourself as a leader. You don't always got to, you know, for lack of better terms, let your nuts swing. You ain't always got to be like, I'm the leader. You know, I'm the leader in this and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You know, you got to respect leadership. I'm here, you there, and I'm here and you there. I did this, I did that. Like people are going to begin to just like hate your guts. People are going to begin to look at you like, you know, man, who this person think they are? I'm a grown man. You know, at the end of the day, especially working with a lot of the youth ain't going for all that. You know, the youth ain't going for you like talking to them a certain way. Like they want to see actions. Actions speak louder than words. No doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's more you know, there's a lot of people that it's kind of, I kind of lost my train of thought, but yeah, absolutely. It's just that leading by example has been more effective, at least in this portion of my career. And I've noticed too, where I have asserted myself on, because there's a lot of 17-year-olds that come into the military, young people, and it just, and that, I'm at the top of the mountain, type of mentality. It doesn't work. So it's just, they're already intimidated. People are already intimidated, but just you showing that strength and just that, a lot of things that you kind of touch on, as I've listened to you for the past year or so, you just kind of talk about the, just working with that inner peace and just that confidence it exudes from a person, and people pick up on that. And so just kind of that calmness and even too, and not, just, chewing somebody out. Cause I remember, back in the day, it was just very, and I'm saying this from a military perspective, but I think this applies to the streets as well. Cause I grew up in the streets, and it was a blessing for me to do what I've done. If I didn't come from the streets, I wouldn't have been as successful as I've been. But it's just more of that, just that confidence and that calmness. It has definitely made a difference. And I'm kind of, after 20 years, I'm really just starting to kind of see that come to fruition.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to, that was leaning on my heart, and just wanted to kind of share that. And I do appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I'm sure that helped a lot of brothers out in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
right. No problem. Thanks, New Breed.
Thank you. Peace. That's some real talk right there. You ain't always got to assert yourself as a leader. Lead by example. North Carolina, you on the line and you're live. What's good?
Yes, Mr. New Breed. I watched all your videos. I had one single question.
What's that, brother?
So, to me, polygamy makes half sense. And the reason why I say it makes half sense because I get the real reason behind it.
Hold on, let me stop you for one moment.
With multiple spirits?
Just to clarify, polygamy and polygyny is two different things. Polygyny is when you have a man has more than one wife. That's
right. Okay.
Now polygamy is a free for all, pretty much. A woman can have multiple partners as well, which is total confusion. So now go ahead and ask your question. I just wanted to make that clear. Now, what was the question?
Okay. So to me, it makes half sense, and the reason why it makes half sense is because what about when you're bringing or you're dealing with multiple spirits, and you can't please certain females, and they feel like they should go out and get pleased, and then they bring spirits back to you. I don't really understand. Like
that's
it makes half sense to me, if that makes sense.
Now that's why we made the difference between polygamy and polygyny. See, a woman who Bible, the biblical patriarchy, she understands that she's only supposed to be with one man. All right. And if you're a man who, let me make this clear too. If you're a man that feels like you can't please multiple women, then polygyny. You understand? So polygyny is a choice. It's always been a choice biblically. It's never been something that is a law that you gotta be involved in polygyny. It's just a choice. But when you separate what polygamy is and what polygyny is, a woman has to understand she ain't supposed to be dealing. The Bible tells you you are bound to the law of your husband for as long as he lives, until he dies. Unless your husband is dead and you go remarry, the Bible would deem you an adulteress. Although we living in modern times right now, that was our original culture. In modern times right now, if you go through the Christian church, you see all these divorces and everybody's separating, everybody's breaking up, everybody's doing this and dibbling and dabbling. Nah, they ain't how it's supposed to be. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You actually answered my question. I appreciate that, New Breed.
That's what's up, brother. I'm glad it answered your question. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, peace. Cool. Yes, indeed. We got New Jersey. New Jersey's on the line, and you're live.
How you doing, New Breed?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm from North New Jersey. I'm Jahaz Tillman. I'm 19 years old, and you feel me? What I think we like, how we should like stop all hold on, I'm in a loud.
Yeah, caller, I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you,
All right,
brother.
what about now?
That's a little bit better. Yes, sir. Just make sure you're speaking loudly so you can project.
So what I think we should do as a community, not only as a black community, is stop hating on each other. You know what I'm saying? There's too much hate out here. And me, I'm a targeted individual. I don't have no family no more. I've been hated all my life because of Target and because I got different beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And you feel me? I've been a peacemaker all my life, and it brought me nothing but hate. You feel me? And then that just taught me like, yeah, like, we need to come together, bro, because it's like, hey, we just want to create more separation. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's what I think. That's what I think we should like do, like work on for sure. Like, but I don't know, like. I don't know what's going on with a lot of people nowadays and shit like that.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. No, you good. Let me say this though. A lot of people have been conditioned to the point where they don't even understand that they hate us. You know, like that's how bad the Willie Lynch letters worked on us. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Willie Lynch, but he wrote something. He wrote a dossier for all slave owners to make us hate each other. You know, light skin versus dark skin, you know, so on and so forth. It's still in place, and that's what conditioned us through years of being torn down and destroyed. But I think, let me say this, in order for brothers to get that hate out their heart, I think as men, we got to start addressing what hatred is. We got to start addressing it. Like when a brother says or does something that's hating. Yep.
This coronavirus, all coronavirus, like, it made a separation between the thorough and the fake.
Yep.
Recently, you feel me? I moved out of my hood because everybody in my hood, they hating on me because I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to do what I gotta do. So I realized it's something spiritual because also my sister started messing with my opposition. Not only that, today is my birthday. I didn't get a happy birthday from nobody in my family. So it's like, you feel me? Like, I'm starting to think that it's just like, you feel me? The righteous just gotta be like, just gonna stay how they are, man. We can't let all these people like that, like the monsters of death, like fuck with our energy, mess with our energy, man. We gotta stay positive, feel me? Because I'm not gonna lie,
all right, bro. Hey, bro, I got a lot of calls on the line. Bro. So thanks for your call in, though, man. But keep your head up, man. Stay encouraged. Stay in the truth. Don't worry about the people. Plug into the Most High because you got it in you to be a leader. Just keep on following the Most High. All right? Follow this truth.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, bro.
It was an honor.
All right, thanks. Peace. All brothers out there who got some information on leadership, share, and feel free to bring scriptures as well if you would like. California, you're on the line and you're live.
Hello?
Shalom, you're live.
What's good? Shalom, new breed to the world over.
What's good with you, bro? What's good?
Chillin', man. This is Jay Leith. I don't know if you remember me, but we've had a few interactions in the comments.
Okay. What it do?
Man, chillin', man. I just wanted to call in. Just jumped into your live real quick. I want to call in and give you some encouragement because you are very, very needed. First of all, you're needed. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just want to say I have a channel as well. My channel is Jay Lethal with 2 E's, and I'm a black man, obviously Hebrew man, Israelite man, whatever you want to call it. And I'm being censored on YouTube. I'm being censored on Instagram, and I have video footage of Susan Wojcicki, who is the CEO of YouTube, as well as Mark Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Facebook and Instagram. Both those people, along with the CEO of Google, were all in the Supreme Court and had to admit that they censored a video such as ours. They admitted from their mouth that they censor our videos based on if we do not agree with the consensus of people like the World Health Organization. Now, I don't want to go on into a whole tirade, but I brought that up, brother, to let you know that what you're doing is not just cool, or it's not just a trend, or it's not just, oh, hey, I appreciate it. What you're doing is needed, because we literally have a monopoly. They literally have basically a monopoly on our information, or a monopoly on the news. So, we have these very few news stations that are being ran by like 3 or 4 people. And so when a person like New Breed comes out, and you have a lot of followers, you have, a lot of people in the live chat right now, and it's just direct from your mouth, and you don't have any middleman, or you don't have any reason to sell out, these people like you are going to be the ones that the people gravitate to. And I'm going to let you go right now. I want to hear what you have to say about that. But
Absolutely.
I wanted to strengthen you and tell you that you're needed, because, like I said, the news is being orchestrated. And so now the people are losing faith in CNN. They're losing faith in Fox News. They're losing faith in all of these fake teleprompter, fucking organizations, excuse my French. And now they're looking for information from people who are tried and true. So then when they go to New Breed channel and they see New Breed's been on here for some years, speaking nothing but truth day after day, week after week, month after month, that's a portfolio that you can't just buy. You can't buy that portfolio. You put in your 10,000 hours, and I want to give you your flowers from one black man, so-called black man, to another. I want you to give your flowers while you're here, brother.
Man, thank you for the encouraging words, family. And bless you for having the ears to hear, eyes to see. And you quantified that perfectly, what's going on. And I don't think a lot of people understand what's going on these platforms behind the scenes. And you just really brung it into words that I don't even know if I would have worded it that way. But that's definitely respect. And hey, go subscribe to this brother's channel. He knows what's going on. And a lot of the times we create other platforms. Also, before I forget, Hebrew Haven. That's another platform created by one of our brothers and sisters. We got Patreon, where as of now, we can say what we want to say. The truth is not being suppressed. So when I be telling people to follow me on Patreon, it's because I'm constantly I constantly understand that this can be shut down at any moment. It just can, because like the brother said, when you got socialism as the main tool being used to basically pervert the minds of all the people to all these lies and propaganda, and then you just have the facts and you giving the sources, that's silenced a lot of the times. It just is what it is. And it ain't just for me either. I witnessed a lot of channels that I really like just disappear. I mean, just totally vanish out of thin air. So no doubt about that, Carl. I thank you for that, for bringing that out.
Oh yeah, brother. Like I said, it's frustrating, and I'm sure, like you said, your platform is larger than mine, but I'm sure you've seen it as well. And they delete our mess. The average person who watches YouTube doesn't understand how frustrating it can be when you're not getting paid. You sacrifice your time, your resources, you sacrifice your life. If you're a fucking black man, forgive me my language, you sacrifice your life for speaking this truth. And you don't want anything in return, but then they stifle your views. They mess with your views. They mess with your subscriber count. They literally delete comments. Like, somebody can leave you a three paragraph long comment with very vital information in there. They could be warning you. Like, maybe I can leave a comment for New Breed, and I'm warning him that I saw a threat on his life, and it's, don't go down to that street tomorrow because there's a threat on your life. And then that comment will be deleted, and I'll never see the comment, because YouTube purposely deletes comments with vital information in it, because they do not want us to have this dialogue that we're having now. And like I said, the average person doesn't even think it's that deep. They're like, why would YouTube, this multi-billion trillion dollar company like Google, or Facebook or Instagram, why would they worry about little old New Breed channel or little old Jay Lethal channel? But the people don't understand that we're growing in popularity. Black content creators are, like you said, we're disappearing by the day. So the ones who are sticking it out through all this censorship, through all this, manipulation and demonetization. Because a lot of people, not just black, a lot of content creators that I used to watch, when they started with this demonetization stuff, they just stopped. They said, I'm not making no more money. I can't get no more money off ad revenues, so I'm stopping. But Bob Marley said one thing in this song called Zimbabwe. Bob Marley said, soon we'll find out the real revolutionaries. Soon we'll find out the real revolutionaries. That means, brother, in these final days, in these final hours, the real revolutionaries, the real children of God, the real children of Christ, we're going to reveal ourselves. And that's how the word's going to be spread through the four corners of the earth, through things like YouTube, through people like New Breed, till the world is over. So thank you again, brother. I just want to
Thank you,
that on you, my
brother.
friend.
I appreciate that, brother. Y'all go subscribe to Jay Lethal. Thank you, family. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to be in the chat watching you.
All right. Peace. Thank you.
Peace.
Yes, indeed. I don't even have to add to that. I'm going to let that one just marinate on y'all. I'm going to let that one marinate on y'all. Texas, you on the line and you're live.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're on the line and you're live. We're talking about leadership amongst men, and we want some tangible ideas on how we can come together. What's good?
Oh, hey, is this New Breed?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, I wanted to talk about what you've been saying, man, because we got a lot of things in common. Because I feel like I'm one of the elect. I feel like since I was a child, I was given this role in the last days to help unite Israel. And one of the ways that I'm doing it, based on the topic that you asked us to call in about, is leadership amongst us men. Now, I've started a 501c3 nonprofit, private foundation for our people.
Okay.
I've sent you an email, a link in the comments. I'm looking for support. I have a lot of big name organizations that want to work with me to provide me grant money, which is free, which is coming through the government, small business loans. We are actually working on a social media platform similar to Patreon, where you can say anything you want without being censored. Because just like you, I've already been forewarned that all this stuff is going to be shut down. All right.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do right now is already threatening a lot of, let's put it like this, it's threatening the major platforms. Because
Hey, you know what?
That
Hey,
if we
you know
get
what?
our own social media platform, it's going to take billions of dollars from their platform.
Exactly.
If every person who's awake leaves Facebook, they leave YouTube, they leave Twitter, they go to something like Patreon or the social media platform that we are constructing. And again, I put that information in the link and the comments, and I'll put it there again. They're gonna lose billions of dollars. Okay. And what I'm trying to do, along with the other people, we're trying to use our own money within our own communities and network amongst each other. So that's what I'm doing.
Let me say this,
that's
brother.
What me and some other brothers are doing.
Let me say this. Hey, this conversation.
So
hold on.
Say that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me though?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. That's dope. That's exactly what we looking for. But this conversation, we definitely gonna have to have this offline. Definitely.
I've already sent you an email.
Hey, this number that you just called, I want you to text it and let me know that this is you, because I'm gonna call you when I get off. I'm gonna call you sometime. I'm gonna call you sometime today.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I've been reluctant about calling, but the Most High has been putting in my spirit to reach out to that brother.
Right.
Reach out to that brother. He said, break all those, just like you've been talking about. Break all these stereotypes. Break all these feelings and ill feelings that you may have towards your brother. Say, hey, reach out to that brother, and we're going to do something special. That's all I got to say.
No doubt about that, family. I'm going to hit you up when this live is over. Just send a text message to this phone. because I gotta really get into the details and
Yeah,
semantics.
go ahead and take those other calls because they need
Okay.
more than I do.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you for leading, brother. Peace. Shalom. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this video right here may not even stay on this platform today. This video is more than likely going on Patreon. So if you ain't following me on Patreon, you can't watch the playback. Missouri, you're on the line and you're live. We lost Missouri. Phoenix, Arizona, you're on the line and you're live.
What's up, Lou Reed?
What's going on with you?
Man, enjoying the content, enjoying the channel, man. I want to call it today to really talk about, leadership within a family environment.
That's what's
As
up.
far as young men, I would say 19 to 25. Recently, I've been experiencing my fiance carrying our first child, and for society standards, they tell you certain things you need to have for you, accomplish a family, like a degree, a job, graduate high school, no record, criminal record and stuff like that. But I'm finding that even though I have graduated high school, obtained a degree, and managed to keep my record clean as a young male, that people still kind of feel the need to tell me, don't have kids, they're expensive, stuff like that. And I'm just like, according to whose standards,
Right.
as far as families go, people started making families at 14,
Right.
at one point in time in the
Right.
past.
Well,
So are we evolving as people to where we're able to tell people, have a family, start a family, and find their way the way my parents found their way?
right.
Or are we devolving to where we feel like we can tell all the younger people, don't have no kids, or it's like something magical or something unattainable that they have to accomplish before they can have a family? I want to know your input on that.
Most definitely. Well, you know me, brother. I've always been a pro-life advocate. One of the first commandments known to man was to live fruitful and to multiply. Actually, that is the first commandment, to live fruitful and to multiply. What it is now reverse. Satan is all about a deaf culture, families, life, bringing forth the Most High's people and building up. He'd rather break down. That's why, you got all of these liberals bringing out this abortion stuff, pushing that to the forefront because they don't want us to procreate. That's the reason I call myself New Breed. So I'm always going to tell you, if you think you're ready to be a father and you want a family, you ain't got to listen to nobody. That's your manly right. That's your manly right. And let me tell you, if you following the Most High's commandments, his laws and his statutes, and you building in truth, he gonna make sure that all your children are provided for. He gonna make sure you provided for. As long as you obedient, you out here working, you doing what you gotta do. The Most High gonna take care of you and your family. That is your provider. So he can provide for you and your offspring. So a lot of the times when we bring life into the earth, it's a spirit that's on us to create life. It's a spirit on us to make a child, to plant a seed. So I would never tell you deny yourself from having a family. So it's pro-life all day. That's my take on it.
Man, I appreciate that, New Breed, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Shalom and peace.
Sure.
All right.
Peace.
Well, we're going to take one more call this afternoon. Leadership among men. Tangible ideas, how we can come together and build this thing, man. California, you're on the line and you're live. California, you're live.
Hello, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
All right. So I have a little bit of a question, but I'm hoping that it can, hopefully inspire other people and hopefully just spark that light in them.
All right, cool.
But my question is, when I get older, well, I want to start a charity organization to eventually just help out, you know, my local community and things like that. And me as as a white man, I see like how, with the spiritual view, I see how black people have always been, the odds have always been stacked against them. So instead of just, you know, doing little things like, you know, giving a few dollars or water or food to a homeless person or, you know, people that I see who obviously need it, how can we capitalize on that and really just go big and do something for the black community and just make that difference that we know they need?
I'll tell you that what will make the biggest difference. And I'm all for what you want to do. That's definitely a great work. And the Bible says that charity covers the multitudes of sins. So we need everyone to be as charitable as possible with our community in particular, because like you said, the odds were stacked against us and the game wasn't played fairly at all. But the biggest thing that will help our people rise to the occasion and be right in life is actually the truth of who they actually are, their identity. Their identity is the biggest, that is the biggest thing that would change our people from the inside out, understanding who they are biblically. And we know that because over the years we've been taught that we didn't know who we were. And when a person don't know who they are, they don't know where they're going. So you, even no matter what race you are, brother, if you have the understanding, I'm telling you right now, you letting everybody know, letting people know around, even if it's just letting them know, they might not know who they are. Imagine talking to a person who don't know their identity, but you know that you know that our people are the children of Israel. You like, look, the reason why you had the odds stacked against you is because you're the people of this book and this was prophecy. Now, if you telling the people that, listen, they not only were they, those who have the ears to hear, love you for that, but guess what? You didn't taught that man how to dig for himself, hunt for himself, how to build for himself. Because now he has to stake claim, he has to face himself. So that's the biggest thing that we could do for the black community is to let them know exactly who they are. And as long as you are, charity is great. Charity is great. I'm not trying to dismiss that, but you have some people from different races who are ashamed. And that's why I commend you for even calling in and saying what you're saying, because you have some people from various nations, races, or what have you, who are ashamed to claim the truth, you know, and we just need more people who ain't afraid to say the truth, regardless of the backlash that it takes. That's what we really need, because that's what a leader is as well.
There's only so much you can do for people physically, but if you can help them see themselves through God's eyes, then that makes all the difference.
Absolutely, absolutely, you got it, brother. Definitely appreciate your call. That is a fact. Feel free to call in anytime. Anytime we open the lines up, feel free to call in.
All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one. Yeah, I can tell that brother heart right there his heart is right. No doubt about it. Y'all want me to take more? If y'all want me to take some more calls, hit the thumbs up, man. The spirit is in here. Let me see if y'all want more calls or no. Am I wasting y'all's time today? Okay. We're going to take Missouri. Missouri, you're on the line and you're live. I don't know what happened with Missouri. We're going to take one more, y'all. We're going to take one more. Georgia, you're on the line and you're live.
How you doing, Lil Bree?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's what's up. So we talking about... We talking about leadership, my brother. What can we do as leaders? How can we come together? Leadership and unity, tangible solutions for our community. What did it do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been noticing about all these people been talking this crazy stuff and talking this and talking that. And they're afraid to admit that we are our own people. And they don't want to lead us as people.
Oh, you hit the nail on the hammer, bro. You hit the nail on the hammer. You got a lot of these churches, camps, and congregations that believe that they're your God, pretty much. That you can't think for yourself as a man. I'm your leader. You move when I move. When I move, well, look, when you move, I move. Just like that. When you move, I move. Just like that. Ludicrous. It's ludicrous. My bad. I get a little bit animated sometimes, bro. I get a little bit animated, bro. Forgive me, but that's how it go, though. I mean, you got some of these congregations who are they basically like cults. I'm talking about they control people's social media. IUIC, yeah, I said it. I don't give a damn. They'll tell people who can follow who, and now look, you on Facebook, don't follow this person. Yeah, he ain't part of the fold. He an individual, like. Yeah, like IUIC, I said it. I don't give a damn. Purple Rain. But like, just like them, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Freemasons. Cults. That's a cult right there. When you sit there and tell somebody, don't follow this person on their own personal social media. How the hell are you going to tell somebody not to follow somebody on their own personal social media? You are a cult leader. You're a cult leader. Straight like that. And I mean, that's where the line gotta be drawn. Look, and I'm gonna tell you like this, in my walk of truth, it's been over what, 9-10 years since I've known who I was, right? Somebody said a hater, whatever. I've seen a lot of people come and go, rise and fall in the truth. And I'm gonna tell you, brothers and sisters who try to be men in the truth, a lot of the times, people try to shame them. People try to shame them. Try to say that they individualites. Oh, they just loners. They're gonna be swiped up because they're alone. No, they're men. They're alpha. They're their own man. You should be giving them the knowledge to be their own man. And that's the thing. When we tell the truth, you a hater. The hell I need to hate for? I'm good in my own right. I'm a leader in my own right. So what do I need to hate on what the next people are doing? I'm just pointing out the fact that some of these camps are cult-like. And I don't really care, who takes offense to it. But my fault, brother.
Nah, you good, Pete.
Yeah, but nah, you right. I'm gonna let you finish though.
And what I wanted to ask you, how you feel about the teachings of metaphysics? Because I recently came into that and I've seen that it's a lot more truth in that than it is with these so-called religions they have out here.
Yeah, metaphysics is just what's in the spiritual realm becoming in the physical realm. That's all metaphysics is. But I would be careful studying that.
All right, but the thing about it is the part I found, it taught the original 10 Commandments, not the fake commandments that they write in the Bible now.
Metaphysics teach that?
Yeah, the one I found. It's it's like a combine of the Bible and metaphysics.
Oh, is that a book you found?
Yeah, it's by Connie Mendez.
Carly Mendez. I'm gonna check that out. That sounds interesting.
Exactly. Because when I came into it, I was like, that's incredible.
Yeah. I'll check that out. But hold on, what you say about fake commandments in the Bible? Did I hear you say that? Just to clarify.
Not fake. Yeah, that was my fault. I've been meaning to say fake. I mean rewritten.
Rewritten. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
You gotta understand that everything is as a translation. So everything is a translation. It's just language barriers. It's not that it's not that they're rewritten. It's not that they're different commandments. So that just be a book that I'll look into to see what it's talking about. But thanks for your call, fam.
All right, what's up?
All right, thank you. Imagine this: you a grown man, and your congregation leader tell you don't add somebody on your personal social media, or you a grown man and they tell you who to marry, who not to marry. Missouri, you on the line and you're live.
Hello?
Yes. There's a lot of feedback coming in. Michigan, you're on the line and you're live.
What's up, New Breeze? Ryan again.
What's good with you?
It's good, man.
Doing well, doing well. So the topic is leadership, unity, tangible solutions for our community.
Leadership, unity.
Hey, I'm hearing a lot of background noise going on.
Yeah, that was my real phone. I'm on my phone this time.
Okay, what you got for us, man?
So what I got for y'all today is discussing about mastering one's emotional intelligence. That's what I think a man should be able to master over time, especially while he's young, because we live in a lot more of an effeminized world. You know, it's like what you were talking about earlier, as far as the churches and they're not following men as far as like how we're supposed to be as a man.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yep. So that's why I was like, I tuned in to this live pretty late, but I want to just, speak real brief about that. But yeah, just mastering your intelligence emotionally is really important so that, you can be able to make it through every single day. So that, if anybody was to rub you the wrong way, as a man, you're supposed to be able to know how to strategize before you have to, make a reaction, because it's better to be proactive than reactive.
Right. That's truth. That's real deal right there. And that's and this system, they play off of our emotions a lot of the times. They know that we've been conditioned to be highly emotional people. So we tend to go off, on our emotions. And we gotta, as men, we really gotta operate on logic, and we gotta personify masculinity in class. You understand? That's something that we really gotta get. We gotta embody that. But you're right. A lot of these churches, I'm not gonna let mainstream Christianity off the hook either. A lot of these churches have emasculated men. They made it so it's nothing but women leadership in the churches nowadays, or it's a very feminine spirit. A lot of tulips, tiptoeing on the tulips, skipping through the aisles and whatnot. And they'll try to push that, they'll push that type of energy, all while telling men, if you look at a woman and lust upon her, you have fornicated in your mind and all of that. And they got us out of the whole idea of who we really are. We're men. We're supposed to be desiring women. We're supposed to want to be the lions that we are. We're supposed to be wanting to procreate and live and hunt and feast and be men. But the churches, mainstream Christendom, I just had Woodrow on my last show from Drew Hill, and he was bringing it out, man. He was exposing the Christian church and how they was, when he went to the gospel industry from the mainstream industry, how when he transitioned, it was even worse. Like far as the feminization of us, that was going on even in his time of the industry. So, it is what it is, man. We got to man up. Stop letting other people lead over us. A great teacher is going to make sure you can build on your own. A great teacher is going to make sure whatever they taught you, you can apply it to your life, and it creates change in your life. Everybody's trying to hoard souls. Look, let the souls of the people go. Let these men be men. Stop. Like I stop shaming men and thinking that they have to be obedient to your every becking word, when you should be watching them and be like, okay, this person is ready. That's just like if a bird has broken wings, or the bird has a hurt wing, you nourish the wing, you put the bird back in the sky, you let the bird fly. Let the souls fly. Don't try. Yeah, you put in work to make it easier for the next person. You put in work to make it easier for the youngins on the come up. Let them Listen, we got to stop hating young versus old versus young. Oh, I had it harder in my walk, so they ain't really about nothing. I had to do it. Look, that was the purpose in your walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had it harder, but the reason you had it harder is to make it easier for the next man. That's what you did it for. You know?
Exactly.
For
And that's
real.
what makes a great student. You know, a great student is a very active listener. He's always thinking before he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's taking in all the information as much as possible. So, you know, you as the teacher are leading your student in the right direction so that he can be able to probably surpass you as far as what you teach him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because everybody has different, how can I say, different purposes in life.
Absolutely.
Some bigger than others.
Man.
And I'm glad that you mentioned about the, you know, the female pastors. You know, it was one lady, it was an older woman that came up to our job, and she was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was talking about that she's a teacher, but also mentioned that she was a pastor. So I had to pull my man to the side, like, hold on, bro, did she say she's a pastor and women are not supposed to be a pastor?
Right.
So
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of caught me off guard, but I'm glad I was able to just keep on what she was saying, because I was like,
Right.
it's not supposed to be like that, you know?
Exactly. That's that Jezebel spirit. And it's a very emasculating spirit in these churches. And I mean, let me say this too. Even with certain camps and congregations, I'm not letting nobody off the hook today. If your doctrine basically tickles the ears of women, because we all know that women are the biggest supporters of a lot of these groups. A lot of men don't even go to churches no more. A lot of men aren't even in camps no more. Let's be honest. If you're looking at the numbers as a whole, a lot of men ain't really, a lot of men, they're men. They're their own leaders. They're doing what they're doing. They're making their own moves. They're making their own decisions. But even when one of these camp leaders, when they teach something that would upset the women and make them leave, that's still an effeminate spirit ruling your church. No matter how you look at it, your camp, your organization, if you let women dictate what you teach, a feminine spirit rules your church. No matter how you slice it. It is what it is. It's like, you know, and I'm gonna speak from experience. When I speak on certain topics, it pisses a lot of people off. My subscribers come and go like the wind blow. Those who are supposed to be there, they're gonna be there. Those who are not, they not. That's leadership. You're not trying to appeal or appease to everybody. You can never please everybody. You may have a huge, listen, you may have a lot of people leave you. But if it's really about the truth and it's really about helping people reach their full potential, it shouldn't even matter. The numbers shouldn't matter. But churches don't think like that. They're looking at humans as commodities, numbers.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay. It's okay for people to come and go, because, you know, not everybody's built to go to the same route as you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's just, but that's the facts though, brother. Thank you for that call in, brother. Appreciate you.
No problem, bro. Good to talk to you.
You too, family. Peace.
All right, peace.
That's the real deal. All right, that's it for the day. That's it for the day. Let's see if this video stays on this platform. It was a lot of jewels that was dropped by some of the callers and some of the things I said. We don't know if this one gonna be appropriate for this platform. So if you don't follow me on Patreon, the link is in the description box right now. Patreon.com/newbreed with a capital N. So you can get a lot of exclusive content. There's a lot of content there. Also, you can get access for as little as $3 a month. On top of that, we've now made it so you can go ahead and pay it yearly. You can go ahead and do an annual fee and be on there the whole year. So you don't got to keep on going month to month, and you can just keep getting the content all year round on Patreon. So hopefully this video edified y'all. Hopefully, you know, it didn't ruffle too many of y'all's feathers out there. Let me see. I see. My bad, y'all. The chat actually stopped somewhere in the video. I actually want to read some of y'all comments, man. Yeah, I see a lot of people. Y'all was blowing this chat up, y'all. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the phone calls. But y'all was blowing the chat up. Man, let me just scroll through them before I close. Man. See, it's a lot of leaders up in here, man. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in the truth in here. Yes, indeed. Man, I love y'all, man, as always. Y'all stay in the faith, stay safe out here. With that being said, shalom and peace.